Hi, my name is Avery Brooks, and I am answering question number 9, which is a time I took initiative and took the lead. So, background of myself, I am a cheerleader at the University of South Florida, and I've been cheering my entire life from the age of 3. So, I've been a part of a very competitive sport my entire life, and been a part of a team my entire life. And my dad was a football coach, and my mom was a cheerleading coach, so I've been around very strong, passionate coaches that have taught me how to lead and how not to lead. And really, over the years of being in a sport, I have found my voice and how to be a uplifting and encouraging teammate and a leader. So I also find myself called upon to lead on teams that I've been a part of, and do it isn't always popular, and I'm always accounted on to speak out on things that no one else really wants to. I also find when I'm not leading or don't really understand why I'm seeked into that role, I find that my peers or my teammates are looking for my validation or seeking my belief and encouragement in them, and they really look to me as to give them what they need to feel motivated and held accountable. So even from a young age in the classroom setting, I remember in 7th grade, my teacher had a meeting with me, which he was brand new to the school, so he was having a hard time gaining the respect and the approval from my classmates, and he felt that most of my class respected me and my opinions. So he felt if I was on his side, that most of my classmates would start to respect him and value him and be on his side as well. So even from a young age, I was put into a leadership role, even in the classroom setting, not even in a team setting. So from a young age, I was learning how to lead by example, and really notice that people were looking to me because I always had strong opinions and a voice, basically. So there was another time on my cheer team that a girl was struggling, and she was brand new to the team, and she had a meeting with my coach, and I got feedback from my coach that she felt not respected or included, and she was mostly seeking for approval from me, which at the time I was totally blindsided. I was like, approval from me? Like, that makes no sense. Like, what does she need from me? And even at that young age on a cheer team, I had to take her under my wing and show her that she was validated and make sure that she felt included. And even if we weren't even the best as friends, I felt as a leader that it was right for me and for the team to make sure that she got the resources that she needed to get her job done and be there for the team 100%. So I also find myself putting the needs of my team before my own, which entails motivating and uplifting my teammates even when I may not feel 100% that day or that week. I make sure that my team has what they need to be 100% and get their job done each and every practice. So I really focus on creating a motivating culture amongst my team and to ensure everyone feels a part of the team and an environment where they feel valued and pushed to reach their goals. So I constantly make sure I ask my teammates what they need from me or from another teammate to get their job done. Being a part of cheerleading, and we compete multiple times of the year, and just if one person is not fully in it or not 100% or not mentally there, it really affects the entire team, just that one person. So I make sure to reach out to that teammate that is struggling that day or that came in with a bad attitude or just really needs someone to talk to. I make sure that I reach out to them and help them figure out what they need to be successful and get their jobs done. So I do what is right even when no one is watching, because even as a leader, sometimes when you forget that you're even in that role or you forget that people are even watching for what you're doing, they are. And once you set that standard of arriving to practice 30 minutes early or staying after practice 30 minutes late, that extra goes a long way and sets the culture for the team, and they'll look to you and be like, wow, like she's getting her job done. She's really all in on this team. Like, I should be doing the same thing. So I try to set a standard and set a culture for what is expected. So I also make sure that I never miss a practice, never miss a mandatory workout, lift, and never miss events or sign up for the extra. Like, I do what I expect my teammates to also be accountable to do as well. So I think that's really important in leading. You can't just all of a sudden set a culture or all of a sudden try to hold other people accountable when you're not going the extra mile or when you're not holding yourself accountable. So I really think that's super important, and what I've learned the most to gain the respect from your teammates to get the outcome you need to be successful. So another example that I'll end on that I experienced this past year on my cheer team was, even when I was having a super hard time with my personal athletic journey, I was even called to be in a leadership role. I had a meeting with my coach, and she was just reminding me that how I react to adversity or how I react to my obstacles or my stunt group's obstacles, they're looking at me as a veteran on the team and a leader who is very outspoken and have a very strong personality. They're looking to me at what's acceptable on this team and how I come back from adversity, and if I'm going to keep pushing through and gonna keep being 100% even when it isn't always sunshine and rainbows. As a college athlete, it is really hard, and there is a lot of up and downs. So even when I'm struggling personally, I forget that my teammates are also looking at me for someone to motivate them and remind them why we keep going to practice every day or why we even started the sport in the first place. Like, they're always looking for encouragement, looking for someone to set the standard and show them what the culture of the team is like, even when I forget that they are looking at me for that validation. So I'll just end on, it hasn't always been easy, and people may find me intimidating or unapproachable, and being a leader at times is lonely because you do what is not everyone is going to do. Not everyone is a leader. Not everyone is put in that role or have the personality or the passion for that role. So I just make sure that I always stay true to myself and speak out and always show my undying passion for my sport, and I make sure that those around me are getting better even when I'm getting better personally. So being a leader has made me into who I am today, especially with cheerleading. It has shaped the way I am as a leader and helped me find my voice and helped me grow as an athlete. And yeah, that is the end of my question. So thank you.